church
All right.
bells are ringing.
Indeed, on time means we are on time. So, welcome everybody to this live. We haven't been coming live often, but we're back at it. So, welcome everybody to this video where and here we have Jim as well, my partner, business partner, and yeah. And so, what we're gonna go over on this video is a simple process to take a lead into a client, a simple way to understand. And I put this graph together today really quick, just to give you a simple overview of what we do, actually how we do it, and how I recommend you if you're struggling online, if you're trying to make sales and things are not working, you're not seeing conversions, you're not making sales at all. This will absolutely help you. So here we go. Here's the graph. So the simple process from lead to client. Um, so here on the this goes from the left to the right. And so in the beginning, first, after finding your market, which by the way, we teach this at the World Digital Marketing Academy, asking what they want. And then once you have your offer ready and ready to launch and use it, your offer ready to promote and actually, get clients. So after all of that work, this is where it starts. So over here, I have organic content, inbound leads on top. Now, organic content is content that you do, and this could be on any social media platform, right? It can be on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Um, I mean, you name it, any social media platform, as long as it is content, right? And so, with content, when we build content online and we are a content creator, what happens is normally we get engagement, we get people that like our stuff, that comment, and these people that engage are very warm and hot leads. And it is very recommended with our strategy that we use content, because not only we see who is engaging, but also we're qualifying leads because we're talking about the things that we do and we are attracting our ideal customer through that. And so building content will get you leads, especially then you want to follow up and do a couple of things in there uh, that you can do. Then we have the outbound messaging, which is actually reaching out to people. That this is more predictable and scalable, can be duplicated. Outbound messaging is reaching out to your target market, and then where we do we send these people? And this could be any traffic source, any traffic method that you bring to this. Uh, your hub, and I call this the hub because this is like your house. This is where you invite people in, they come into your house, and then you show them what you do, how you can help them, you give them free stuff and you help them out. So your hub is like in our case we use the Facebook community, Facebook group. And the reason we want to send our traffic to our Facebook community is for many reasons. um, One of them is capturing the lead name, their URL from Facebook. We And that is very important because then we have access to their messenger. Um, and so I was saying, okay, here on the hub, and so the Facebook community, not only it's good to connect with people, but the qualification process that goes in there as well. We ask qualification questions when people join our group. Therefore, we know exactly what they need, so we can then get in touch with them and see how we can help them. So that does that. Also on the hub is where you do put videos out there, long format videos like this one, and you're nurturing your leads. You're right, and on this community, you have all these leads that you can get in touch with. And this is where the magic happens with our system, because it's not about the quantity of leads, it's more about the quality of leads. And so that's why there's a lot of qualification. And so when it happens this way, when you have a Facebook community where you're nurturing and you have all the systems in place there, to nurture, like to track the conversations, to get back to the person, see what they need, and keep getting back to them so they can see that you're bringing value. And by the way, there's actually a quote from Jim Rohn that the fortune it's in the follow-up on nurturing. There's another one from Michelle. Follow-up is the secret sauce to turning connections into clients. And so so let's keep continuing here. So our YouTube hub, which could be a community, can be Telegram, it can be Facebook group, it can be on school.com, which is another community thing you can do. So anywhere where you can have a community of people where you can connect with them on the DMs. That's what we need. And the lead nurturing, it's again, there's a lot that goes into this. And then we're pushing everybody to the breakthrough call or sales call, because that's where we're going to learn more about the person and is the best way to actually help somebody, because there you can really find out what they need and really help them on a deeper level. So everything should lead into your hub or the call, because it could be done through a call. And by the way, this is a simple process, turning a lead into a client. Right now, there's other strategies that you can do and intertwine and use with this, like you can giveaways and opt-ins and things to work around this. But this is it.
These will all be lead magnets, right? When you're discussing that, the different options.
Yeah, lead magnets, sending them to bridge pages where we provide value on a certain topic, right? And then on that bridge page, we could be bringing them either to the Facebook community, to the hub, or directly into a call, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're doing, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got a little delay. When we're talking about the hub, and for example, in our situation, it's the World Digital Marketing Academy in Facebook. There are other people who like use, hey, KC, good to see you again.
Yeah. Hello.
Wow, it's fantastic.
Good to see
you. She's doing fantastic with several things that she's promoting, and I've been watching her, and I think she's about to take a trip. So looking forward to seeing all her stuff on her trip. Anyway, what I was saying is on the hub, there are several digital marketers or affiliate marketers that use YouTube as their primary. Can you tell me a little bit more about, I mean, I know that, for example, you also have a YouTube presence, but I don't want to say one's better than the other, of course, but because I see how both of them can be great resources for driving everybody back into your hub or the home as you're referring to it. But I'm just wondering, like, for example, I think for the person who's starting out, Facebook seems to be a good way to do it because people are used to interacting in Facebook, whereas YouTube seems to be something that takes a while to build traffic and build an audience. So I guess my question is it more appropriate to use YouTube or Facebook over YouTube, do you think, as a hub? And eventually
Yeah, so well, it's doable. It's doable on YouTube being your hub, meaning you're providing your content there and having call to action. You're nurturing the lead, yet it's not as effective as YouTube because of Messenger. And the relationship is built on Messenger. That's why it makes, and so Instagram would be an option, right? YouTube and Instagram, because you can, interact, kind of connect both of them. And you can actually use Instagram as well to have automations in place for nurturing as well. There's many ways you can nurture, although there's always required a personal nurturing or access to it, because that's how we really get to know the person really well, right? And identify what they need. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I was wondering because I've seen a lot of the affiliates that I follow. They seem to do a lot of YouTube videos, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's just which ones for the long term would be better for someone to decide starting.
And but yeah, I mean, YouTube alone, if just being on YouTube, it would work if you sent people directly into the call, schedule a
Yeah.
time with you, because the nurturing it's already happening there on the YouTube itself. So but how would you how would you collect a lead from YouTube, right? That's and what we recommend is so we're doing a YouTube video. We do two things. We either invite them into our Facebook community, one because we have our nurturing systems in place and we track everything. And the second thing is I lost myself there. I'm sorry. There's this guy playing music down here. I'm sorry, he distracted me.
Yeah.
But I was saying, Jim, can you remind me the part I was saying?
Well, I mean, you're making it sound like it because of Messenger, Facebook is, maybe a quicker response time or a better way to
yeah, it's
nurture.
a better way to organize your leads because
Yeah.
I was gonna say about the leads because like grabbing a lead just from email alone from an opt-in page, I found through the years of my experience through doing a lot of affiliate marketing and helping people that it's not as effective. Although it works, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It is a good resource to have and a good way to follow up with automation and everything. But like, how would you connect with, like, some people use email, but like if people are on Facebook, they're more likely to respond to Messenger. You can see if they're online, so you have a lot of things in there that makes it more useful. Tools that automatically add the person from the group into a sheet and then to the CRM, which is the tracking system, so we can follow up with everybody. So the good thing about the reason sending people to a group, one is not losing the leads, because what I see most people do online is they send the traffic directly into a funnel or directly into the sales page, or just directly, and then they lose them forever because either they capture their email, but then people never open their email, or it's just not right. They don't have their email right, and so
Yeah.
having a nurturing process in a system like this makes a whole lot of difference. And then once you have a couple of people on your Facebook group, then you already have leads to talk to. You already have a lot of leads that you can help there. So you don't have to always look for new leads because you already have the leads that already showed interest on what you have, or either you invited them to your community through outbound messaging. But just when you look at this graph, I want you to look from the right to the left now. The right part of this graph, booking a breakthrough call, is the most important one, is the one we want to get to, because that's how we can actually see if we can help somebody either way. And so this should be the goal. The goal of this, of everything, is one, helping the person as much as possible through the content and through, DMs, and helping them through that, videos and everything. But the call, this is where the revenue is generated. So the two income generating activities are calls and DMs. The DMs because it's the lead nurturing process. And so, yeah, this is very important. I wanted to share this in a simple way so you guys can kind of understand that it's so simple. All you have to really do is have a nurturing a place where you can collect your leads and track them. Facebook community is great. And then you want to follow up every 3, 4, 5 days with everybody, see who's qualified, who's not, who's responding, who's not, and work it out this way. Because when you're having connections, when you build relationships, that's when you can actually help people. And by the way, first you want to look at people first as a person, as a real person, and don't look at them as money signs. That's the approach I always take with everybody when I go on any stage of the sales process. It's always with the mindset of, how can I help this person? Can I really do? So that's that. Any thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, for example, someone who's promoting an affiliate program. Let's say they're learning off of, um, I don't know, let's just go with Legendary Marketer. And uh, ultimately,
Okay, okay.
it's not like us where we want to eventually get one-on-one with our students, our clients. But I wish I had known this earlier or before when I was promoting an affiliate program, because you can stand behind it, but not necessarily have to teach all the affiliate marketing to the people. You can, as you get your lead and as they're talking to you one-on-one, it's always, again, talking the benefits of what you can provide for them, as you were saying, uh, in our case. So in the
Absolutely.
beginning, I didn't think this was something that applied for people pushing affiliate programs, but I can see where someone, let's say, using organic traffic through TikTok, promoting a program like RPM, and then they have their own group. And in that group, really the conversation is all about RPM, but you're helping the people understand that system. So I think it's a good system. Um, and I think the way you just broke this down makes it pretty easy and clear cut for someone to follow it themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, and not having a sales process will literally things will not work for you. And this is like the mistake I was doing for so long. Uh, it was just wanting leads, just lead. I had so many leads, but then I was not converting them because I didn't have a sales process. And this is the sales process, and it goes deep, right? Each section, there's details to it and how to do it, and that's what we teach. So we have a couple of comments here from Casey. Let's go over them. Email marketing
Marketing
is slow.
slower and harder to catch. Interesting. Split testing. Yes, I've heard. I have not done enough split testing myself, but I've heard people say that's when you do the split testing, you really can hone down on why you're not growing as much as you would like to grow. Or that's a good point. I myself need to look more into the split testing.
Yeah, and also she says it's slower and harder to capture interest in your audience with email marketing. Indeed, it is. It could be effective done right, but email marketing, like, it's good. It's a good way to help, but yeah, indeed, not that as effective as actually getting in touch with the person, right? So effective tools and know how to use them helps to follow up on the leads. Yeah, exactly. Like tracking and everything, that's definitely required, especially yeah, with online, with anything, selling anything online, if it's like required. Indeed, Jim, know what they need, what they are comfortable to do. All right, awesome, great
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
So awesome. Now I want to. You were gonna say something, Jim, or no?
If I was, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just,
We were talking about something.
I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
glad to.
Oh,
I'm glad that we're hearing from KC, and I'm glad that she's doing well. Um,
mhm.
I need to catch up with her, because last time we had corresponded, she told me something about getting her van fixed up or something. So I'm anxious to see if she's going to do a vacation, like road trip on a van, or what she's going to do. But anyway, good to see her back here. Good to see her taking some time with us.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. So and yeah, so this
Right.
is a it's a very simple thing to understand. Now, of course, all of these sections required time, and like in the beginning stages, I highly recommend always starting organic, like always go organic. um,
Definitely.
and
I
then
I
once
I couldn't agree more. if you do ads, I mean, I say that because I did some ads and I lost a lot of money. And when you start doing ads, I mean, you need to understand why you're doing them. I mean, you need to get to a certain level of how um, your audience is coming in, how much business is coming in, and then you can start looking into ads. I think because when you understand that, a lot of guys make it sound simple, like you're gonna invest $5 and you're gonna get $10 back. Well, it's not that easy of a breakdown. I mean, I know what they're saying when they say that, because they know that with their email list growing and with what they can promote to that audience, they're going to get a certain amount back. But I agree. I wouldn't recommend for anybody to, unless you happen to have a background in ads, to start off with ads. It's best to do it organically. Let the people get to know you, and work one-on-one with people. There's always somebody below you. That's the thing that I had a hard time understanding. I mean, when you and I started talking, you were technically so far up there, your tech skills compared to mine. But then I started understanding with the tech skills, there is an element of just being yourself and knowing that you don't have to work with everybody, and working with the people that you want to take time working with. And I think that's where this becomes very satisfying for people that want that freedom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's all about that. I mean, and it's even myself in the beginning, I remember it was tough. It was tough. Like just to, but I remember since my first jobs and everything, I always told myself, man, I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. Just my boss, I couldn't go swim, nothing. Like it's a process, and it's doable if you put your mind to it, and you never give up, and if you decide to really make it online, you eventually do it no matter what. It's just a matter of making that real commitment and really working hard for 6 months, really focused. There's no way it doesn't work. And this strategy right here, it's so simple because, and it works. And by the way, let me tell you something. If you use this strategy, and if you only send traffic to your Facebook community or any group where you capture all the leads and you track them and you follow up with everybody, and so you send them high valuable videos, you invite them into a call. If you keep doing this consistently, your growth will be consistently growth. One, because you'll have leads, which before you didn't have. If you were just focusing on the leads, you're always looking on new leads and never doing any actual understanding of the person. So this is really solid. And I've used this to make lots of money online, multiple 10K months, and yeah, it works very well.
And again, I think it comes back to the consistency.
Absolutely.
You fill it in. It takes a couple months, but the trailing bugs are real in the meantime. That's great. Right. Good to hear.
Yes, it's keep it stupid simple.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, guys. It's so simple. Yeah, but it's like, it depends on what stage are you. It really depends. Like if you have nothing to promote, if you're completely lost and you have no idea where to start, right? That's some work you need to do. You need to do some market research, find out, how you can help somebody. Because like Jim was saying, you just need to be a little bit ahead of somebody to show them how to do something. And what we do, me and Jim, is, in a nutshell, is helping people sell their expertise. Yeah,
I think for some people too, it's hard recognizing what they are good at. And so a lot of times it's just talking to somebody else to understand that, because this can seem like a totally different beast from what other people might be used to in their everyday jobs. And it really is something that if you do a little bit every day, you will advance a lot quicker than what you probably are in your everyday job. And I, like you said earlier, I think it applies to anything in life. If you just get into it with the spirit of never quitting, I mean, there's too much nowadays of people trying to get something tomorrow. They just want it now. But if you put it in your mind to maybe just give yourself a year and apply yourself, you might surprise yourself. And within 6 months, you might be further along than what you expected. But I still go back to saying that even if you're not, and if you're stumbling or whatever, just stick to it. Give yourself that year and then look back a year from now. I think you'll be very satisfied and content with where you've gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this online game, it's all about help building relationships and helping people. And just your content alone, we were talking about this, Jim, on the last coaching call. That content, your content alone, is the qualification process. It's also a qualification, because when people see your content and they like what they see, they resonate with it. It means they're qualified, right? So building content it helps tremendously, not just with that, but also with touch points. And because with the 7-hour content rule strategy that we teach, it's about having a couple of touch points, that because that's what makes all the difference, is the touch points. The more touch points you can have, the better. And I've had meet people that I've connected, like now, and then just months from now they become a client, and even ones that is years. So that's why the lead nurturing and having a database of your leads, it's a foundation, something that once you implement and you take it seriously, because it's not just building a Facebook community, putting a couple of videos there, and then that's it. I'm not saying that is that. No, it's more than that. It's actually, you have to look at the engagement, connect with people, get on the DMs, ask questions, reply, keep momentum going, create videos, valuable videos related to what you do, right? Like, and then also, because we have a system, and I've talked to you about this on this call, which is we track the leads. Every lead we put on the CRM automatically goes to the CRM. It's trackable, so no leads are falling into the cracks. See, if I invite Jim, somebody, into a Facebook community, and they don't join, I lose them forever. And if I invite them to a call and they don't join them, I lose them forever. But if I invite them to if I invite them to book a call, if I invite them to book a call and they don't join, I lose them forever. But if I invite them to join the Facebook community and they join, right, I keep them forever because they're in the database. So it's two different things. Although if they book the call, I would keep them, but like booking the call, it doesn't get a lot of engagement. Yet inviting somebody to a community so they can learn more about the videos and they can get more training to help them get to where they want to be. For that, they would say more yes. It's a more yes than just booking a call straight away, right? So and you're growing your community. So there's a lot of benefits on having a community, not just for tracking your leads coming in, but for the nurturing, the process, the engagement, just everything. It's very, very powerful when done right.
I agree. I mean, it's this age where, in so many areas, I mean, the way I look at it is, it's the more information you have, the more you can do with it. I mean, there are a lot of people that we have in our database that maybe are not going to like this, but somewhere in the conversations we found out that they were interested in losing weight or getting healthier, things like that. Well, you can always promote something down the road, start them on that path, and they're in our database that this is their primary interest. And who knows, you might get them involved with that. So I like what you said there about not losing them, because that's a thing. Many times you think that, well, this is what I want these people to buy, or this is what I want to sell, and they're not interested. So you say to yourself, they're gone. Well, they're gone maybe for this, but they're not gone forever. They can be there for something else, and you might be the person helping them with that.
Sure, I get that, but you don't want to be the jack
Yeah.
of all trades at the same time as well,
No,
right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that at
It's
all.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll fix you this. I'll fix you this. I'll fix you this. And what are you expert at? You know what I mean? It's like you want
Right.
to kind
Right.
of niche it down so people are clear into what you're doing. And for instance,
Absolutely.
even with my YouTube channel, I was putting videos there about something that is not related to making money online. And I decided to take everything away, put it out, just unlist it, and just use my YouTube channel just specifically for that. So it doesn't confuse the buyer. Confused buyer does not buy. And so,
But taking
yeah,
that same point, using that same point, you could easily start another channel on YouTube with those other videos that maybe are along that other theme, if I'm thinking the right thing,
mhm.
and you would get people interested in that arena. So, it's a different audience, and but yet
Yeah,
again, I'm not saying you have to be a jack of all trades, but there are many things, many times that, our hearts might be in doing a certain thing, but maybe the world or the people out there want us for something else, and they see that in us, and eventually we get that message.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and especially with the feedback as you have more calls and the feedback from the people. Why do they connect with you? But for me, for us, for example, it's like people are just struggling with they're lost. Don't know what to do. They get a little bit of traffic, but they don't know what to do. They have no clear path what to do next, and they're lost. They want to. Some people think that they need leads and that the leads will solve their problem, and but the main problem that I see with most of the people is that they don't have a proper nurturing process and sales process in place, and that's why they're struggling really hard. Is because, and I see many doing content and everything. They're doing the content, they're doing everything, but they're not grabbing, even if it's one or two leads a day, and then nurturing those leads, because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Of course, there's more into it. There's more to it because it's not just that simple. You need to understand like your market, and that's what we do at the World Digital Marketing Academy. And we go deep on these things, especially with traffic, like and just everything. We go more deep on it. And with that, we'll end this live. Jim, you want to add anything?
No, just thank everybody who's watching, and
Yeah.
if you catch us on the replay, it's great to be back and seeing everybody again. And love Casey's advice: keep it stupidly simple.
Yeah. And with that, we'll end up. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.